Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, he will be here the second half of the show, you guys. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. We have our hot topics. Now, listen, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer tonight. Now, some of the hot topics that we talk about, listen, you're gonna laugh at some of them. Some of them gonna be a little disgusting, and some of them are just gonna downright tick you off. But at the end of the day, we're going to come back and close it up with some news that you can use in conversations to help strengthen your relationships and families through conversation. Because listen, we got to talk about everything. And that's exactly what I intend on doing. Talking about any and everything, guys. Listen, it's been so much bull junkie going on. Oh my God. Like with this card, I want to start off with what are you guys' thoughts on Cardi B and I don't know her husband's name, ex-husband, Offset. Thank you. Offset. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm hearing so much. I mean, so much conflicting information, as far as, oh, well, if she had been doing what she's supposed to do as a wife, then, maybe she wouldn't have, he wouldn't have left her and this and that, and, or it's just so much. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know. I don't really follow them like that, but I became interested when I started hearing, that they had broken up when she had actually filed for the divorce. So my thing is this: anytime when you're dealing with celebrities, here's the deal: like, who really expects them to stay together? I don't really even think that in Hollywood they even go into these marriages, with the mindset of being in this thing forever. I mean, they go into it, from my understanding and from just looking at it, most of them go into the relationships hoping that, listen, if we can get 6 months in, if they can get 6 months to a year, they doing something. But to go, into forever, I mean, first of all, I believe it's just too much temptation. You around other celebrities, you're around people in, all these high caliber positions, and then not to mention the fans and the groupies. So I think that for people to expect, people in the industry to be monogamous and to have these happily ever after marriages, I don't really think that they go into those marriages thinking that. I mean, I just think that they go into it thinking, you know what, listen, hopefully this thing works out. Hopefully, if it does, then, we can rock out. But if we end tomorrow, I'll be okay. I'm just going to make a diss song about you and we're going to keep it moving. That's kind of how it seems to go in this day. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it from a different lens. Maybe I need to, clear my lenses, but that's what it seems like it is with when you're going into these relationships in Hollywood. So, me personally, I don't think that I would want to date a celebrity because I would have to hurt him. I really would, because it's like if you won't do the right thing, if you're not strong enough to whisk off every piece of hoo ha that's being thrown at you, then you're gonna have a problem when you get home. So you don't want no problems with me. That's the whole thing. You don't want to marry me and then be a celebrity and I'm up here being all the good wife and being faithful and everything and find out your raggedy behind is cheating. I don't care if you are at the top of the top, if you number one draft pick in whatever the NFL, well, let me stop. Let me not even say the NFL and NBA because who am I kidding? We all know that they don't marry black women. Let's just be real. But in the fantasy world, if these guys did marry black women, then listen, you would have a problem when you come home. Now, whoever that may have ruffled some feathers and this and that because I said that they don't marry black women, but just go and look at your high profile basketball players, go look at your high profile football players, and count out. You can count on one hand how many brothers are married to some sisters. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. So don't inbox me. Now that was not right to say, Jay, and it is right. It don't have to be right. You know what? Because it's a fact. Just go. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm just speaking upon what's going on. But if let's say, just follow me for a minute. If I was to marry, a high profile football player, actor, whatever, and you don't come home and you not withstanding and you not resisting all of that temptation and all that hoo-ha that is just being thrown your way because you Mickey Mouse and you not throwing that hoo-ha back out there, you not throwing them fishes back out there in the sea, you gonna have a problem with me when you get home. I'm gonna be one black woman that you're not gonna want to come home to. Now you may say, Jay, that's not realistic for you to expect. I do. If he asks me to marry him, I expect him to be faithful. If we made vows, I expect him to honor those vows. If you can't do that, then I'm not the one. Don't bark up this tree because it's plenty of women that, will go for the will. At least he's taking care of home. At least he's taking care of home. So that's all that matters. I mean, a man gonna cheat. A man gonna. I don't even accept that. So I don't know if you guys accept that excuse. A man just gonna be a man. A man just gonna cheat. Listen, I done been there, done that. I'm so over that doggone cliche statement because to my knowledge, there are some good dudes out there that don't cheat. But if this is what happened with them, again, I really don't think that they even went into it with forever. I think that they went into it. Let's see what happens. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, nobody loses any sleep. And that's kind of how I feel about the whole Cardi B and Offset marriage and divorce and all this other stuff that's about to come. I'm just trying to figure out who's gonna be the first one to drop a song. And what was their situation like? Did they have an entanglement too? Is that why they got a divorce? But I need some more details. I need the juice. I don't want nobody to get divorced because here's the thing. I'm a big hopeless romantic. I love love. I love seeing people in love. I love La La Land, so I'm hoping for a happily ever after. But this would lead into my next hot topic. Is it okay to date your friend, your best friend's ex? Now, cause see, as I dug a little further in this story, it turns out, now maybe I'm wrong, y'all help me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she one of his friends' exes? I think was that Meek Mill? I'm thinking allegedly that's what the picture looked like. I don't know. But is it okay to marry your best friend's ex? Is it okay to even date your best friend? Your best friend, they broke up with their ex. It could be a year ago, 2 years ago. Would you want to see your friend, your best friend at that, with your ex? Is it okay? Hey Sheila, how you doing? Hey Ma, how you doing? Would you be okay with your ex dating your best friend? I really cannot see how that will work. Really can't see how that will work because if we're best friends, then that means that I've shared a lot of things with you about the relationship and you got kind of an upper hand on them. And then it would kind of make me think in the back of my mind, man, have you guys been, sending each other Google ads and have you guys been, getting to know each other while we were together. So it would just mess up my trust with my best friend, because it's like I'm going through a heartache. You know everything that I went through with this person, and then you come and get with that person. I don't care how long ago it was. I'm probably just not. Let me take the probably out. I'm not gonna be okay with that. I don't want you dating anybody. I don't want anybody in my family dating anybody that I've dated. It's just messy, and it's uncomfortable all around the board. Imagine family gatherings, and it's like you having an innocent conversation with that person, but now your friend, they looking at you side eye because you having a conversation with the ex, but y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all just talking about general conversations, but now they side eyeing you. They side eyeing you because they know that the relationship is wrong. Their relationship is wrong, and they're never going to be comfortable in that relationship because they know that it was built on bogus grounds. You know that you were not supposed to cross that line. Listen, there's an unwritten, there's a sign. It's an unwritten book. It's up in here. It's up in this book, right down in here. You really can't see it, but it says you do not date your family or your friends' exes. That's what it say down up in here. I'll send it to y'all when it really is in there. But you find the code. It's called the Code of Ethics and Morals. It's up in there. That's where you'll find it at. And I don't think a lot of people have picked up that book lately, but don't do people like that. Listen, especially if you honor that person as a friend and you value that friendship, don't take a chance on it. Even if you feel like, oh, this could be the love of my life. I really just don't think that the love of your life is going to be your best friend's ex. But I want to hear about what you guys think. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into our next hot topic, guys. We got a lot of juicy stuff to talk about. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Easy, because it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't believe if someone would have told me you would come along. Oh, to reveal my soul, cause I was so in love, my heart had gone cold, so cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. I don't mirage what I feel for you, but that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love you, easy to love you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love you, easy to love you. Oh yeah, yeah. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got the chemistry, go together like love says. With passion and care, we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no beside of what I feel for you, love. But that, oh God, I got love for you, yeah. Said it's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. Easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. Easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. So easy to love. Easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, yeah. It's what I search my life to do. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay.
Oh.
And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
Girl, I'm shaking down real why. Well, I know why I was a little nervous. Well, I don't know why it's my nerves. Tell you something.
what happened?
Because I gotta give a shout out to Cool Out from 106.3.
Shout out.
I want an NBA game thing or whatever, So I was like, okay, my son played the basketball. So I was like, okay, let me call and see. So I'm
Oh,
calling.
so you won? Okay.
I always win. I'm a lucky chick.
Listen,
I'm not lucky in love, but I'm a lucky chick. I be getting them, man. They just don't be acting right, so I gotta take it, beat them, But I always win when it comes to like radio station games, whatever. I always win tickets, whatever. It never fails. So, the question was, what starts with the F and ends with the K? What word? One lady caught up there and she said,
Oh.
she dropped the F bomb.
Oh,
I was like,
he set himself up. So what was the word? Was it fake?
Gotta fit ends with a
Uck.
What's the word?
Listen.
It starts with the F and ends with the uck. Y'all don't know it? Fire truck.
You know what, Cool Eye, you would have definitely been holding on to them tickets had you been waiting for me to call up there with the right answer, because I would have never ever thought. I know I would have never ever guessed that.
And then my goofy behind, I call and I didn't recognize his voice. I'm looking at the live or whatever, and I was like, well, it says live, but no, it's somebody else. It's I'm thinking it's the news traffic report person. I'm like, okay, D-Nice. Oh my God. So he was like, who am I talking to? I'm like, Edra. I'm the only Edra in about 1,000-mile radius. There's about 7 other ones. I'm friends with all of them that's on Facebook, but there's about 7 of us in the United States. So he was like, okay, what radio station? That's on the station. And I say, DJ D-Nice. He's like, no. I said, oh, I'm cool. And I said, oh. I knew the voice sounded familiar, but I was a little slow.
See, you should have told him, charge to your head and not to your heart. That's what you should have told him.
He's like, you the only Edra I know. I was like, yes, and I'm the Edra that had the tweets. He said, I know, because I went on his show and he interviewed me. And so he was like, I'm going to get you. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Got to be more careful. Well, I'm glad that you won your ticket. Was it tickets or was it a game?
It's a game. So, I'm on, my boys play the basketball. They play basketball and they live, eat, breathe, snit basketball. So he's got the new Kobe on there too.
Oh,
so really love all of that.
Ooh, well, I'm glad it worked out. But guys, listen, please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all 3. Guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now, listen, we as women, we are good for saying, it's my body. I can do what I want to do with it. It's my hair. I can change it, whatever I want to do with it. But what do you guys think? Should you, if you are married or in a committed relationship, should you consult with your mate or your spouse before doing the big chop? Now, what the big chop is it's cutting all of your hair off. Should you consult with your mate or your spouse before chopping all your hair off? And fellas, do you want her to consult with you before making such a drastic change? Because let's be real. Yes, it is your hair. It is your body, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do with it. But you got to be honest. That is a drastic change, and it will definitely alter the way that you look. So, E, what do you think? Should women consult with their mates or spouses before doing the big chop?
Because I've done it so many times. I would cut my hair off every other summer. I cut it off just enough that you can brush it. So I think so because a man just when they are with the woman for so long, whatever, they love a woman's hair for some odd reason. I mean, it's just hair; it grows right back. But they love the hair and stuff. And so if you know that your guy just really loves your hair, now if you want to hurt his feelings, chop it off. Hair get bad, just throw some tracks a bit. But I think you should console him and just, be like, babe, listen, I'm really tired of it. I really want to just change it up a little bit. And then you can always do a test run because this one, she has hair. She does not show you her hair. I don't have no hair. It's growing back, but her hair looks like this, but she don't have, this is not hers. What's underneath of there is hers. It looks like this. So you could do a test run like Jay constantly do with this and be wearing this short style. And see, when she take it out and surprise these dudes, they be like, Rapunzel.
Yeah, right. Rapunzel. And see, so mine is going to be the exact opposite. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been wearing this for so long. But what I will say is that, like, because I did the big chop myself, and it was definitely the big chop. And it definitely alters the way that you look. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't think mine was a success because my son, my son and my nephews, they were saying that I looked like a 12-year-old boy, so they was like I was one of the boys or whatever. And I really did not take too kindly to that, because it wasn't cool. So it's like they talking all this stuff. So like I'm ready to go and punch them in the chest. And then they like, see, that's exactly what a boy would do. I'm like, well, you guys cut it out. But the more, once I guess I got a little bit comfortable with it, then I started to embrace it. But then it's like all of a sudden, it just, before I knew it, it was like, it was back. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with all of this hair. So I'm definitely going to have to prepare my dude for my hair, because I do have some long hair. So it's some long, thick hair. And, I'm just like, woo, I don't know when. You know what, y'all? I'm going to show y'all one. I'm gonna wear it for y'all. I am very soon. I'm gonna surprise y'all, and I'm just gonna be like, y'all gonna be like, oh my God, Jay, that's you, that's you. Yeah, it's mine. But I definitely would consult with him, only because it's such a drastic change, and it's like it's what they're attracted to. Like your hair is something that it's attracted to. It's a part of their attraction. So it's like if you come in and you got you got 12-inch weave, or whatever, your 12-inch hair, whatever is long, but then you come back and it's all gone. Can you be upset with him if he loses that attraction? Because listen, we can talk about it logically all we want to, but you can't get mad if your action killed his attraction to you. I mean, he's still gonna love you, but if he say, you know what, baby, I'm gonna need you to wear this wig, I'm gonna need you because the hair is killing me. Would you be offended if he said that? Your mate or your
I would be, but I remember when I first did it, and my guy, we had been together for like over a year, and we had moved in together, and I think my hair was either shoulder length or whatever, and I was just tired of it because when I would put a relaxer in, it would mess up my hair. And so I was just so tired of it. So I was like, I want to cut my hair. And I did let him know, though. I said, I want to cut my hair. And he was like, okay, let's go to the shop. I was like, okay. So we went to a barber shop, and the dude was like, you serious? I said, yeah, cut it off. And so he cut everything all the way off. And then I went into the bathroom. I had to put some makeup on now because, I barely got my eyebrows. The hair matches my skin color. So these are little makeup. So I was like, I didn't want to look like a boy. So I was like, well, I put my eyebrows on, I put something on my lips, put my earrings in my ears. And I came out that bathroom. They was like, damn, you look good, man. I was like, thank you. So it all depends, and you better hope to God that I have a pea head, so I can rock any size hair. I can rock big hair, I can rock a little, no hair, I can rock it all. You better hope that you can be able to rock that hair, because not all women can rock that hairstyle. Men have no choice but to deal with it. It just is what it is. But you're not no dude, so you can't rock that hairstyle just because you figure I'm just tired of it. No, try slick it down, mold it down, and put a low wig on and see how it's just gonna fit
Absolutely,
on my face.
absolutely. And that's why I definitely suggest going and, trying on some wigs and various styles. Because again, even though it's your body, it's your hair, all of that, but once you get married with some, once you get married, then it's like you have to kind of consult those things with them, because again, you're not the only one that's in this relationship. And again, you don't want to kill your attraction, your spouse's attraction to you, because you made such a drastic move. Even if, doing these hair colors and stuff like that, kind of see how they feel about it. I mean, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to see how a person feels about something, then that is a great time to stay single. And then you don't have to ask anybody what they think about your hair, and you can go through all of those changes, and feel free about it, and it's not affecting anybody. But if you're in a serious relationship or even married, then those are just some things just out of being grown. I mean, because let's be real. If you saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna ask nobody, I'm grown," that's you selfish. You need marriage counseling. I'm gonna send you to a marriage counselor, because you thinking the wrong way, sweetheart. You thinking the wrong way. We got Adrian Roxanne. She said, "Yeah, I'll never big chop again either. What was I thinking?" Man, that big chop. Oh,
I like it. I grew it back when I got married, and he was so used to me because I did the whole test run too. He went out of town. I had hair, and then I chopped it off. And I love doing colors, so I know what colors work with my skin. And so I had did like this red. It was really pretty. It's auburn or whatever. And so his mom was saying, "Did he know that you cut your hair?" I was like, "No." And she was like, "Oh, he gonna have a fit when he come back." I was like, "Oh, okay." He came back out of town. And he was like, "Man, you look like a model. That's so pretty on you." But I know what works with me and my skin. I know what works with my face. You really got to know yourself. Don't say, "Well, man, it look good on her, so it should look good on me." Don't do that.
right. And
No, don't do
especially,
that.
and here's the thing too, like some men have this thing with long hair. So if you have long hair, make sure that is not one of the things that, get him revved up, when it's time to do the horizontal mambo. Because again, if you cut it and, you walking in there with your sexy lingerie on, but you got a bald head, and he like, "Excuse me, babe, give me the remote." Right. "Excuse me, young man, can you pass me look the football game on or something?" But you in your birthday suit and all this, but you got a bald head, so it ain't doing nothing for him. It's just not. So just, don't take I'm grown, I can do what I want to do. Kind of, talk to the brother, talk to the brothers and let them know. And fellas, some women, if you know that you got a woman that loves to switch things up, have this conversation with her. Don't let her go out there, she come back and she's spontaneous with doing these makeovers and different things like that. She go to the beauty shop one day, she got 18 inches, then next time she got 14. If you dealing with a woman like that, talk to her and kind of tell her what some of your deal breakers would be as far as with the hair. Because listen, I'm seeing they having the cotton candy pink hair, they got the sky blue hair, then you got the younger women wearing these gray wigs and getting it. I'm just like, everybody can't wear them. Everybody cannot wear them. Everybody
You
cannot.
have to know what
wear
works for you. Everybody cannot do every color. I don't care what shade you come in. You can be blue, black. Every color really is not,
It's
like,
not
don't
for
do
you.
that,
It's not for you. Especially, listen, let me tell you also, that gray hair, and then you got the long eyelashes. Can I tell you, beloved, you look an absolute mess. I have not seen one yet. I have not seen one yet that look, and then they got the little furry house shoes on, and the furry house shoes are dirty. Whew.
Like they said, Troop said it best. Spread my wings.
Well, we're gonna need them to put those wings back up. So please just, consult with the brother and kind of just see what he's thinking about. Just give his opinion. I'm gonna cut all my hair off. What you think? No. So what if he said, what if he was to say, no, he don't want you to do it, would you still cut your hair?
This will give you an opportunity to cheat on me with another woman. Though it'll be me, but not really.
But if he's not attracted to that bald head, it's like
I'll flip it.
He's still not gonna care.
Don't hit it from the back. I won't look like a boy.
No, if he has a problem with it, then I wouldn't do it, because again, at this point, I'm thinking about my marriage and my relationship. So I'm definitely going to, take his feelings into consideration. And then again, looking at the bigger picture, it's not I'm like, yeah, I got a chance to do what I wanted to do with my hair, when I was single and did whatever, I got a chance to do that. Yeah. So if he's like, oh, well, I want you to wear your real hair. Woo! And I'll be like, now listen, let me have a conversation with you. Can I tell you how much work that's gonna be? But if he's adamant about me wearing my real hair, then I'm like, okay, I'll wear my real hair. But I'm gonna fight tooth and nail, trying to just have a conversation, because I'm like, you met me like this. Oh, and that's why I hate that. You met me and I was doing this, and then you'll always be able to slide that ace in your back pocket. And you got it, bam, slap that bad boy on the table. When you met me with short hair, you ain't even know I had long hair until E said something. Now you discover I got some hair, because I ain't tell you I had no hair. I ain't tell you I had no hair. Yeah, see. So again, consult with.
He give you that dang little insult. What Sutton say?
Oh yeah.
Now then you don't want to wear your hair.
My 6-year-old baby, that girl just cut me so deep. I thought we was friends. Yeah, so definitely try it out, because or talk to a kid. A kid would be very honest with you too. They gonna let you know. If you get one of them kids that just have been here before, and they some type of spirit, and they a spirit. I know Sutton is a spirit. Sutton, our auntie love you. I know she probably listens. Auntie said my name. I love it, but that's my little sidekick right there. But anytime you want to hear the brutal truth, she gonna tell you. You ain't even gotta ask her. Just go in her presence. She's like, "Oh, you thought that was cute, auntie? No, that's not cute though, auntie. That don't look right on you. That don't look right. The other one did, but that one, I'm like, oh Lord. So here you go with the truth. So yeah, definitely try an honest kid. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we're going to get into our next hot topic. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. You don't ever want to spend some time. I want your love in every drop of a dime. You see me calling, you should come running. Quit all that stalling, my body's calling. I got downtime, out of time. This could be so perfect for one hell of a night. If you got a secret, easy and cold in my club, I just wanna slow this on you, baby. We can turn it up. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone, 'cause I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. Lately your love has been on my mind. Obviously busy, I wanna unwind. Fantasizing, thinking about you. Anticipating is about to go down. Don't leave me waiting for you. I get so lonely. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone, 'cause I get I get so
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply author, actress, businesswoman, sex kid, playwright. Hey girl, how you doing?
Tired. I is tired.
No, you don't look like you tired. You
Look
looking like you've been planting some baby oil.
People would love that one. As my little children, my little people, my people they be giving.
They giving you a run for your money.
I be cracking up because I love children because they're children, so it's not like it's their faults and stuff. So that's why.
Yes, it is. Some of them is somebody's faults. Yes, it is. Don't you put that out there?
Them. I don't have a problem with adults. Adults, you know better. Children, they don't know better. So I have the one that baby, he just can't help but to you put his stuff in front of him. I'm like, face that way. Screen is in front of you. Like,
yeah, he needs to know what's going on.
It's here. I'm like, baby, what, baby? Listen, I like this. That is so wonderful. Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh no! You're not gonna shut him. No, you're not gonna shut him down.
I took him to the bathroom. So you go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, and the sinks are separate. So you go wash hands at the sink. This boy comes out the bathroom and runs to me and gives me a hug. All I think about was you touched your little stanky little thingling. Probably got a little pee on it. Now you hug me with your
listen, ain't nothing wrong with a little toddler pee on you.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little toddler TT.
No.
On you. Ain't nothing wrong with a little toddler TT. That's it. You'll be all right, little toddler TT. It's still innocent. You all right?
You know that emoji that your head explodes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how I felt like my.
You all tell her there's nothing wrong with a little toddler TT. That would be okay. But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, so my sister Haley, how you doing? She's saying Sutton will tell the truth. Yes, she will. Marcus, he's saying she better. I guess she better consult with him before chopping her hair off. Toy is saying, I'm not going to consult with my man, but I will inform him that my look about.
But see, now when you do that,
Toy, you ain't right.
See, he gonna be the same one that you be liking that salt and pepper, and then when you go up in the bathroom the next day, you gonna see that what's that Men So Young or whatever that cream, that the hair that they use, the whole beard gonna be gray or brown. You're like, wait a minute. Why are you gray? Why are you black now? You was gray yesterday.
Right.
Gray is in, dudes. If you got that gray, put some seasoning on this.
Okay, but wait, let me, but it can't be that nappy, unkempt gray because some of them don't take, some of them come outside with patches of hair here. Then, they got a little patch here, then an empty space here, then a patch, and it's nappy and just. No, that's not what she's talking about.
You know what?
That's not what she's talking about. I'm sorry. That's not, you're not in the beard game with that either.
What's that eyelash? The
microblading.
If they could do microblades for people's eyebrows, I'm dealing this weekend. They could do microblades. Esthetician, I'm helping y'all out for these beards. I'm helping y'all out. This is something new. If they got some fine hair right there, they need to be microbladed. This is something you can charge these brothers $200 a face. They'll pay it because they want to look like they got something right there.
And also there's a natural product called fig leaf that is used for the beard growth. So definitely look up fig leaf, and I'll have that link in the in our comments. Fig leaf is great for your edges on your hair, and it's also great for the beard growth. And it makes it nice and soft and smells good, and it's all natural. So definitely check that out and use reference code J, and that's JAYE. We got Davino. He's saying, Ezra, you better stop it. We not doing the Tiffany Haddish, LOL. But Ezra, you got yams. I might have to make an exception.
Yes, honey. I did, and I accidentally did the Tiffany Haddish one time because I cut it myself, but my clippers had slipped or whatever, and I cut it too short, and I was like, it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and make it slap shine. And so I did that. Like I said, I am so thankful.
I have a pea head. I could rock it for a week. I did it in the hair grew. I said, okay.
My hair, that was the best thing. My hair started when it got a little long, and you was able to pull it outside of where I went and I got it micro braided. And so I wore micro braids for like a year. And then that micro braids really grew my hair out so long. And it's like when they started talking, oh, this is 300. I'm like, what, girl? You better quit playing. I'm like, you better quit playing. I'm like, I done came. This is my third time. She's like, but no, you got too much hair now. We got them. I'm like, oh. Yeah. I say, girl, what I got? Because I'm still mentally thinking that I didn't have any hair because I still was kind of subconsciously thinking I didn't have any hair. But at that point, then I just started transitioning over and doing some other things. We got Adrian. She's saying crochet has been my best friend as a newly natural. Davino, you saying, but Jay, you pull off that short hair awesomely. Most women can't because they have old lopsided heads. Thank you so much, Davino. I really appreciate it. You know what? I do what I can. Now, listen, guys, we're going to get into our next hot topic. And I'm going to let you know right now, this may be kind of disgusting for some of you all, but guess what, you all? We got to talk about it. Listen, because let's come closer now. We got to talk and we got to be helpers one to another. So now this next hot topic, spitting during sex. Are you letting somebody spit? No. Are you spitting in? Are y'all swapping spit in each other's? Are you
can kiss? But if you
are you spitting in somebody's mouth? Are you letting them spit in your mouth while you all are either kissing or I don't know where y'all coming up with this spit?
They watching them.
Are you? Oh, I'm like, wait a minute. What y'all spitting in each? Now I heard some people are saying
in the coochie sometimes it's dry. Sometimes they got to, because she ain't drinking enough water. There's a little spit down there. You got to do it. You got to probably, making your mouth wet to do some other thing fellatio for him. You have to do those things. No. But I wish the hell you would put your nasty spit. You wicked.
I don't think I hope they're not talking about hawking up spit.
But just think, if you're gonna spit, right? And the spit's gonna come down, the air's gonna hit it. So it's gonna be cold and it's gonna drop into your mouth.
Oh,
and then he gonna look at you like, yeah. I have a bad enough time when sweat hits me and I'd be like, God, it's raining, but the D is so good. So but
I don't like sweaty men.
I can deal with the sweat.
Sweaty men. I don't.
I can do we sweating and I can deal with the sweat better than I can deal with you opening up your mouth.
Sweat is one thing, but when they the type of people that rain, they sweat and it feels like rain.
I've dated like that. And those guys now, I've had a nice guy. He wore a tank top. When he knew, I said, "Why you got a tank top?" He's like, "Cause I sweat a lot."
I know somebody. His stuff be coming through his suits and stuff. I'm like, when you hug him, and I'm just
drink
like,
a lot of water.
I mean, I'm like, I know you. I'm like, oh my goodness, I bet you just definitely mess up some sheets, messing around with all of that. But spitting. Would you be okay? Would you be okay with your mate or your spouse spitting in your mouth? Not up, but y'all getting in, y'all kissing, and they like, open your mouth. Let me give you some of this good luscious, this sugar. What? No,
the people that's walking around with the trachs and they got the tracheotomies. They didn't have the tracheotomies. Mm-hmm. That's what he's gonna have if he spits his ass in my mouth. I swear to God. I sleep with me a hunting knife and another little rusty knife. I sleep with that rusty knife on purpose so I can stab you. You won't catch some type of disease with that rusty. Do it on purpose. And my hunting knife, I wish the hell you would.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little spit. Just let me give you a little.
You better spit in the right hole.
Let me tell you, because here's why I would be disgusted, and I'm so ashamed that I'm about to say this, but I'm gonna tell y'all. Wait, Davino, he's saying spitting would get your evicted.
Hello,
Toy, she's saying nope and no. My sister Leanna, she's saying y'all showing out. And Adrian, she just like, Jay, y'all need to get it together. But now here's why I know that I would not like spit, because I inadvertently had somebody to spit in my mouth. Now let me tell you how that happened. And I'm gonna tell y'all, as soon as I said
freaky stuff
soon as I said, I bet you I'm not the only one that this has happened to. So I done had a baby up. and you know how you can just
the
grab
baby
one and do
routine.
like that, and then they get all excited.
And it's like,
I'm like, oh my God. If this
that was my baby.
I almost throw this baby.
And that was my breast milk, so I didn't mind.
I'm just like, oh my God, no, this was not my baby. You know, we had the daycare and everything. I'm like,
somebody else,
right,
you had that Similac milk in your mouth.
I'm like, oh, just threw that little, and I mean, the baby was just so cute, and she was just so excited. I mean, she gave me a 2-for-1. She spit in my mouth and crapped all down my arm. Let me tell you, that was just. I said, you know what?
Too now.
This is some bull junkie right here for real. So I know that I am not for that spit life, but you know what? It's some people on there that were definitely saying. No, they definitely with it. Now, hey, how you doing, Alan and Vern? She's saying, no, that's nasty. It is. Trust me. You know, the little kids don't get an exception either. Let me tell you, had that been my son, I probably would have hemmed them up. But you know, that baby almost got dropped. I'm telling you.
Naeem, when he was a baby, and I did that because I didn't know, it's your baby. And he was laughing, and I was like, and then it hit me. I was like,
right, see?
So that taught me never to do it.
Do it again, right. Trust me, that was the last baby that got.
I never did
like,
that.
You get all your I'm like, what in the world? So I know if I could not do baby spit, then I know I don't want to do no grown man spit.
I know
right.
I know when Naeem was sucking on. He had these right here. I knew exactly what was going up in his mouth and his system. Now, grown man spit. You leave my house, you gonna go suck down on John somewhere. I don't even know. Come back to my son, you straight, but you was in the closet with Ken. See all these problems and stuff. I come and smell your breath. You smell like musty balls. See all these issues. I ain't got time for all of that. No, we're not gonna do that. Can I lick your ice cream? No. Only ice cream you can lick is.
So spitting, I mean, I'm sure that that's some type of fetish. I'm sure that if I'll have to find out. I never seen the name of it, but I'm sure people are coming up with so many different things. It's like every time you turn around, they're introducing something new, and that's now you've made it sexual. So it's like, because at first you spit on somebody, what you nuck, you bug. That's from where I'm from, you spit on somebody.
That's an ass whooping.
Right. It's just it. That's it. What
happened with New York when they was Flavor of Love and that girl spit in New York? See, that's when you wear them stiletto heels. You don't know how to get it down. You should have had a pair of flats. I'm a flat girl all day because I'd have snatched that. This is what you snatch that hoe by a hair because she had long little hair. You snatch it and you just beat it. You just don't do that to people. You don't do that. You don't do that.
So before spitting, please just make sure that you
got a life insurance policy
and that your partner is okay with that kind of nasty-ish, because some people, listen, I don't know, I don't see nothing sexy about spitting and all this drooling and all
place
this
you can spit in.
I'm not really, a big fan of that, but definitely, just consult before you decide to start swapping your saliva and your spitballs. Just, don't surprise them like, oh, baby, oh man. It just reminds me of this guy I used to talk to when I was younger. Oh my God, I knew. Yes, I'm like, I knew. I'm so glad that I had never kissed him, because I probably would have punched him in the face. Simply because, we were leading into a kiss. So, he's kissing all on my neck and kissing on my ear. And then it's like, I went deaf. I mean, it's like it feels like a whole bucket of spit just went into my ear. I'm like, wait a minute now, Lord, I know this ain't no earwax. What the heck is going on? I'm doing like this. Yeah. I can't hear now. Yeah. Now listen, the whole mood is off. I'm like, cause I'm trying to pat my ear and just trying to. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, let me tell you all something. Back in the day, when I was younger, you know what? I was kind of rude, you all. So I'm just gonna say that, now that I've grown and I'm a mature woman, I'm a mother, I try to be a little bit more mindful. But back then, sometimes things came out in actions, and they really should, it wasn't right. I'm not gonna make excuses for it, but I'm just like, so the whole mood was gone, and I'm trying to figure out, And I was a little kind of, count on the count on side. I was just like, I'm sitting up here, I'm like, I can't hear. I'm sitting up here doing like this, and now I'm hocking in my throat, and what they ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in my ear. But I'm just like, I think that's probably why I'm just not open, because I'm just like, you know what? That's just your spit was just disgusting in my ear. So I definitely know that I don't want it in my mouth. And then with the baby incident. So you all just charge it to my head and not to my heart, because I've been through some things, and sometimes it's just not easy, reliving these things. But if I have to help you all out with that, then I don't mind doing it.
You can stick your wet mouth.
No, listen. Just make sure your breath don't stink, because I don't want nothing on me stinking. I mean, not only did he slob in my ear, but his slob stink. So I'm just like, my ears, not only did you make me go deaf, but now you got my ear stinking. Oh my God. That's
why I don't get like dudes, y'all watch that Fresh Prince episode when the dude had licked into Ashley's ear, or he blew in the ear. I don't understand. Either you watch a porno wrong or whatever. Don't lick in my ear, and then you expect to kiss me in my mouth. You have licked out, and I clean my ears, but still wax still grows over through the daytime, and then don't do that's nasty. I don't want you. And then some people forget to get all up in there and get behind. You gotta get it good. Yeah, you want to stick your nasty. I already hate tongue kissing anyway. Oh, then you want to stick your.
Wait a minute. No,
I don't like the French kiss.
I love the French kiss, but you can't French kiss with everybody, because some people don't. That's what you can get that slob. See, I'm telling you.
Think about this. Now you stuck your tongue all up in my ear, right? Now you want to try to stick in my mouth, or you're gonna stick it in my monkey. But you done first stick it in. So you done transfer wax down to my monkey. Then you wonder why is my monkey itching? Because you got a waxy gooch. You have a waxy gooch. I'm just saying, and you got outside bacteria floating around. You got corona in the cooch. That's how you get corona. That's what had happened.
Woo, we definitely don't want no corona in the cooch. You can't do that. Of all places to get it, that is not the place.
I drank a corona.
That is not the place to get it. No, we don't want to get that, guys. Listen, our next hot topic. Now, let me tell you, guys, this is some bull junk right here. But I want to know what you guys think. Would you feel sorry for a man that is no longer able to support himself because he is paying an astronomical amount in child support? He is paying, most of his money is coming, most of his income is going for child support. He has multiple kids, so most of his money is going for child support. Would you feel sorry for a man in that position? Would you feel sorry for a man? He's paying child support, working hard every day. Man, barely bringing home enough to bring. The man barely bringing home enough to pay his rent. Would you feel sorry for a man in that situation?
The white man is so ingenious, because back in the 40s, he made these things called condoms, raincoats, condoms, prophylactics, whatever you want to call them. And so they actually do work. Now, you were so thirsty to go stick your winky walk in everybody's little monkey, and then you skeeted. Now you have sperm in the pre-cum because somebody told you, oh, you can't get them and you just pull out. No, I got to pull out, baby. That stuff don't work. So put a condom on. And then there's female condoms. Though I did cut the whole female condom. But either way, there's a female condom too. Shut up, Miss Winfrey. So you can double get it. Bring your own condom and bring your own female condom. And then you say, baby, I want to try something sexy. What? What, Dad? I'm going to put this in you real quick. And I'm going to put something else in you. Okay. Hold the female condom up. Put it right up in there. That way she ain't cut the bottom out, because it was me. I cut the bottom out. I did. It is what it is. And then, get it bang, bang, bang. And you can feel everything. Now, it may fall out because it looks like a big old, what do you call those machines that go like this? Or it starts with an O.
Xylophone. Wait. It's like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it looks like that. Man. So it might look a little strange because you got a wire on one and a wire on the other. It's like a tube, and it's got plastic right there.
I know exactly.
So you can stick it up in there and just do that. And the coochie might look strange because it's got this plastic stuff flipping out like little gremlins or whatever. But it's okay, because one thing is for sure. Her ass says she's pregnant. She lying, because you done double bag that stuff. That's some super sperm. If you got some super sperm like that, you should never shoot nobody with it.
So what if the condom broke? Like, and they
pull out.
That may not work.
Plan B. The white man is ingenious. I just said that, did I not? Plan B, Walgreens. See, all these stores.
Those things cause cancer.
And babies cause cancer. Okay. Babies to kill you. Babies cause heart disease, failure, broken relationships, being broke. Broke some more. They cause your car to get repossessed because you buying diapers and you can't pay your car note. They cause you to lose your house because you got to buy some more diapers and you can't pay your rent. Baby, which one you want? Give me a little tic-tac cancer plan B. Opposed to your behind for the next 18 years to eternity. No.
Now I would, depending on the situation, depending on the dude, I would feel sorry because I do know some dudes that are, that child support either is still currently just sticking it to them, or they were in a situation where child support was sticking it to them and they were barely able to take care of themselves, and then they get into another family and they were unable to take care of themselves. But these were some good dudes that was just really trying to do the right thing. So I'm like, the child support system at the end of the day is not set up for it's just not set up for men, and I just can't see you winning. So it's like they don't care, man. I done set up in when I had to go to child support court, and the case before you, sometimes they have you sitting up in there. And so I know this guy, he was on he was getting Social Security. And so, Social Security is already limited income or whatever. And so, the judge granted 20% plus the arrearages. And so the guy, he told the judge, he was like, well, Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to afford to get my medication. This woman told him, sir, your medication is not this court's concern. I said, well, God, no.
You're going to die. If you die, you're going to get a Social Security check anyway.
I said, oh, my God. I said, oh, they are cutthroat in here. She was like, your medication is not the court's concern. The court's concern is the child that's in question. That's the court's concern. I was like, woo. And you think that woman changed that? No, she did not. She was like, she stamped it, gave it to him. Docket number 2135555. Come on in. I was like, woo, this lady on a roll. And she got my son father too. He come up in there. He had a little white. You see, look, when you go to child support court, go up in there, go humble, go right. Because I'm telling you, if you want somebody to go clean in on you and you got nothing to say about it, it's them judge. She walked her end up in there. The judge was like, excuse me, who are you? She was like, I'm his wife. She was like, and you have nothing to do with this case. Please escort her out. I was like, oh. I said, Lord, I like you.
I wish, what's her name? So I can find
I
her
have no idea. I'm like,
her.
She was cutting them up. She like,
and she hear the boy all day, and then she see you got these children that are on the parents are on the mothers are on public aid because the father he skeeted and left. I mean, so now I gotta deal with all this madness, and you complaining that you ain't got this, but you ain't got that, but then you walk up in there with the freshest shoes on, the latest gadgets, whatever, all name brand from head to toe, ain't got none investment in your return, in your thing that you just paid for all this outfit. You just spent $1,000 on yourself,
right?
But yet I don't have that no income,
right? Yeah, that's they definitely back in the day when they were doing the flat out 20% for one kid, 28% for two. When they was just doing it like that, that's how it was. I don't know what they're doing now that the scales are based upon the mother's income as well. So I'm sure things are probably a little bit different. But nevertheless, I mean, my thing is, I don't want to see nobody getting screwed unless you just out there living foul and you're not doing right. Then again, I don't care if you have enough to make some hamburger helper. If you're not doing the right thing and you out here making all these kids, you just making all these kids and you can't even afford the one that you already got or the two that you already got. Why are you still going? Exactly. Why are you still you making baby mama after baby mama? But then everybody we get on the baby mamas. She got all these kids. Well, he got all these kids too. So it's like both people got the kids. So I would definitely, though, to answer the question, I would definitely feel sorry for a man that could not take care of himself. depending on the situation. If he was a right upstanding dude doing what he can, he got my sympathy, and I hope that the system is fixed to help dudes out like that in that situation. But if you just garbage, then you deserve to get the garbage that's being dealt out to you. That's how I feel. I said it. We're about to take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we're going to get into our last hot topic, and then we're going to get into our topic for the evening: signs of a control freak. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Hello, my name is MC.
Brainstorm, hoping that you would come back home. I called me on the telephone cause I'm so alone. Walked around the house thinking of you. See, me and you hand in hand is how we used to be. The happy days, the times we shared. Without you, baby, it's so damn weird. Please forgive the things that I've done to you. I know I did a few, but baby, I blame you too. I'll take you to the beach where the wind blows and let the waves in the sand run through your toes. Whatever you want, whatever you need, I'll plant the seed. But do you agree? I should deal with that you have another man, but I can understand. You're still wearing my wedding band. I'll just chill and think about the whole thing in the moment. So I guess I'll keep brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. I never stay like the sun's bright. My mind is clear. I can smell the breakfast that you used to cook, my dear. Some cold water on my face so I can come to reality and realize it's me. My mind is not at ease since you've been gone. Please come back, cause I'm so alone. P.S. Yeah, you know, been looking for you for the longest. Ever since you left. But now, I'm real independent, just laying back chilling. But I wanna let you know you really thought about every night, day. So, I can remember these words and have voice to mention them to you in the background, you know what I'm saying? But I really want you back. So come back as soon as possible. Cause I love you. Brainstorm. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm. Want to get your feelings hurt. Brainstorm. Want to get your feelings Want to get your feelings hurt. Do you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Yeah, kind of keeps me on the slow dance tip, you know what I'm saying? It's a real nice groove. That's why I had all the fellas singing.
Welcome back
You know
to the J Spot,
Spot.
where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kiss. Hey E, how you doing?
I can't wait to get this comment off.
Yes, I can't either. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also, follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. And as I did in the beginning of the show, I gave a disclaimer stating that some of the things that we're going to talk about, you may laugh about it, you may get upset about it, it may even disgust you. But at the end of the day, our goal is to give you something to think about. So everybody does not react to situations the same. And with that being said, E, go ahead and read our nice little comment. I like these.
RL Key says, it's amazing how you all think this is funny. It's not. The system mostly hurts the men that are trying to do right and who are compliant.
And we did address that though. I'm saying again, I think that you just tuned in to the part where we are now cracking up about it because again, it's everything. Listen, everything is real. We done been in the child support court systems. For those of us that have been in there, some of that ish is funny. Okay, you gotta. Some of it is, because again, you can't expect the court to have mercy on you and your medication. You had enough strength to hunch and make a baby. So, I mean, I'm saying, so you can't expect that. It's funny. It's funny. Yes, it is funny. But at the same time, we did address the fact that, yes, the child support system is not fair and it is not set up for people to win. So definitely make sure you're listening and catching the whole conversation and don't be in your feelings. Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but at the end of the day, what's right is right. I believe in the child support system. I believe in it as a fair practice. But again, it's not set up, especially when men are compliant and they are striving to be upstanding, do right dudes. Do they get screwed? Absolutely. And we had already addressed that, but I felt that we needed to address it again for those of you all that are just joining us. But thank you so much. We got Jason. He's saying, I'm glad I don't have those problems. No kids.
See, he knew how to put a condom on.
Manson, he's saying child support is a tool of oppression towards Black men. It further separates the father from the child by making him work more to make ends meet. And Tori, she's saying take him out support. He better hook a crook like the mother was before the court caught you. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Again, I think that whatever you can do, if you can work out an agreement and stick to it before going to the child support system, I would definitely advise that. But that
you gotta put it in writing, ladies.
Absolutely, and you gotta be mature about it. And it's like at the end of the day, it's what's going to be for the best interest of the child. But it's like if you know that you going shopping for you, pick up some stuff for your kid. If
Man.
It's just like it's simple things like that that could make it easy. But then on the flip, there are some men, and I'm sorry, you guys get stuck with some of these women that it don't matter what you do, it's not good enough, and she want to see you suffer because you are not with her, and that's unfortunate, and that is definitely a reality of relationships, and unfortunately, they know, some of them run to the courts simply because of that reason, because they know that the court is going to stick it to you. However, as of 2019, that has changed. So if she runs to the court now, her income will be considered as well. So they are tweaking the system, but I'm really not sure how, if it's still affecting the brothers as severely as it was at first, since the women's income is not being considered. Because again, if you got a woman that got a whole bunch of kids and she ain't working, Well, you know,
but that's on you. Now listen, now you see she got a bunch of children. You see she ain't working. You decide, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up in it. That's you see. She is raising a village on her own. Why
right.
would you step in and stick your stuff? You better look at your pockets. If your pockets don't match all those children that she's got, leave her alone. There's other good coochie somewhere else. Walk away.
And we have Toy. She's saying it's not funny to have a child go without or short-handed because daddy ain't got it right now. And then Mansa is saying the majority of women are not asking for child support because they apply for a system. It's automatic child support on the father. It doesn't mean he is a bad father. But see, here's the thing where I gotta critique what you just said, Mansa. Most women are not on the system. Most women are not in the system. So it's like you can't make that assumption. And if you are messing with a woman in the system and you know she got all these kids, you better doubly, it's like, come on now, we all got to be responsible for our actions at the end of the day. But I wanted to go ahead and just kind of help our new coming guests in, but we're going to digress on this and get into our next hot topic. Now, fellas, I'm gonna let you know this is about to be petty. This may hit on some toes, but we gonna work it out in love.
Wow.
Ladies, you meet a man, you guys are vibing, everything is all good. You're about to go out on your first date, and he's so excited, you're excited. He says, "But I need you to come pick me up." Would you still go on that date? You guys have been talking for weeks, vibing and gelling and connecting. And he's like, "Man, we're going to go out and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But I need you to come pick me up." Are you going? And if you go, how do you feel about that?
I've done it. see. This is where that's why I like, we are so opposite, and our birthdays are like literally 3 days apart from one another. But we're like so opposite before this.
And y'all see who got the face.
But I've done it. If I vibe with you, and I'm like, okay, and I have to look at, wait, can you afford a car? Why is the reason that you don't have a car? And then they tell me, okay, because the dude that I did do that with, his license was suspended due to tickets or something like that. But he worked. He had a great job. He worked 9 to 5 and everything. Great job. He had made more money than me. He was paying his tickets. He had just gotten that job. I think he had been there for like 4 or 5 months. So he was just trying to a fresh start. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to, hold you down or whatever, and beat you over the head. So I did. I picked him up. He put gas in my car. He was like, let's go to Chinatown. I was like, okay. I like to eat. So big girl.
How long did y'all last?
We lasted. I dumped him. Well, he kept on stalking me because I dumped him too.
Why he stalking you without a car?
Because he was stalking me on the dang show. You see me put this song.
Stalking you without a car?
He is stalking, changes pages and stuff because I keep on putting him on block.
So we got Melanie. She's saying, "No, I won't pick a dude up. You can just meet me at the restaurant." And you know what? And I appreciate what he said. And I appreciate even what Melanie said. I am not doing it. I'm so sorry. I am not picking you up because, first of all, I hate driving. So I'm definitely not. This is what I'm depending on you for. I mean, you can Uber. I just can't see how it's going to. I cannot see how that will work. We don't live in a state, a city that does not require you to have a car. You have to have a car in Chicago, unless you live like downtown or somewhere, then that's one thing. But like if you're living in the suburbs or, even in other city, areas, I just think that is very important to have a car. Now, what type of car? Come on. Like, I'm not really a label person and it got to be the most fanciest or most expensive car. Just I don't want the muffler falling out on the expressway. That's all I'm saying. No, I don't want, you get in the car and you got to hold the seatbelt in when you click it because it don't click. So you got to kind of hold it in. You can't lean too far back because the seat. I just really don't want to have to ride. I feel like my days in riding those kind of cars are over with. So, it just shows me where you are and where you're going. Like, I don't want to be struggling. I guess that's the whole thing. It's like if you paying off tickets and you just got a whole bunch, because men do it too. It's like they looking to see what do you bring to the, what type of situations are you bringing to the table? What type of, I'm always thinking like, okay, well, what if we get together and I like you and I start having feelings for you? Now I got to deal with all. See, I think about that stuff up front. See, and that's how it goes before you doing the horizontal mumbo and jumping off the ceiling and all this other bull junk. You got to figure out what's going on. And this is the perfect time up front to have those conversations so that you can know, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and let this one go because this right here ain't going to work for me.
Week. You just listen.
Well, then you call me when you get your car next week because the date that you're trying to go on, you could pay that to get your car out and then you'll be cool.
I just want to spend some time with you.
I don't want to hear no, oh, my car in the shop. Then why you trying to go on a date?
Because the car had went in the shop and we got
where your price. And so to me, that would say your priorities are not in order because no, you're not asking me to pick you up. No, you're not.
I was just thinking,
you better tell it to God. You better take it to the Lord in prayer because I'm telling you, I'm not trying to hear it. Again, I'm not trying to be driving, so I don't say, oh, well, we can jump in the Uber and all this and that. Listen, bruh, slow down, get your stuff together, handle your business.
I don't like to drive. I'm gonna use your excuse.
Yeah, I don't
like to drive.
I don't.
So can we just? I'll send an Uber for you.
If he okay, see that still ain't gonna work because who somebody got to be the leader in the relationship.
He said he leading you.
He don't like to drive.
Okay, he said that.
That's not gonna. That's only gonna work for so long. Ubering is only gonna work for
you
so long.
You want to make out in the back of the Uber?
No, I want to make out of his car.
Well,
and we can't because
I paid for this Uber.
You on the group lift or the group Uber, so it's a whole bunch of people back there. So it just would not work out. So I'm just really not.
Oh, Davino flipped it on you. He says, so what if the man got it all, but the woman ain't got the car?
Okay, and then again, the same, Davino, I'm an equal opportunist. If that's a requirement for you, kick it to the curb. Listen, she got to pull her weight too. Listen, I have a car now. How often do I drive it? Hey, okay, hey, but I got, it's out there, paying the note on it, whatever,
She has hair. How often does she show it?
Absolutely. So it's a lot of things about me that really don't make sense. But I'm good people though, you guys. Because I will jump in an Uber in a heartbeat. Okay, listen. I got a 5-star rating. That's just how much I be in Uber. Why am I saying this? Because they scratch it. They gave me not one dime, not one. I will use a ride share in a minute. Okay, I'm a preferred customer, so I don't have no problem. So, and I do have a car. So if a man was to say, you know what, we can't be in a relationship because you don't drive, I would have to understand that because there's nothing that you're going to say that's going to make me say, okay, well, I'm cured. I got issues. Okay.
What if?
But I bet you if you need me, I'm going to be whatever. And that has never stopped me. So know this. I'm where you need me. Call me. Oh, well, how much is it? Don't listen. I got all that taken care of. Okay, I got
what
you.
If they have a car, they don't want to drive it, but they got the hookup on one of those van lift services, and that person comes to pay lift services, and they come and pick them up everywhere they go to. They got to hook up
because if you got the pace, then that means something wrong with you. You got some type of disability. Because I work in a hospital, so those services are only for somebody that something is wrong with them. You either
hook up. You got to hook up.
You're not gonna have me on there
why not?
No, because I'm already afraid.
They don't even do right. It's just one person on there now. They have to do the one person. They can't pick up multiple people. It's one person at a time. So you can't be up on there this is my
nope. If he don't got it together, then I'm sorry. Because I'm gonna bring enough mental issues to the relationship. We don't need his too. So one of us got to be mentally stable. One of us got to be strong. So no. We got Tasha. She's saying, Sister Jaye, my mother told me not to do it either. Mansa is saying, you don't have to have a car in today's climate. With Uber and other transportation services, it makes it easier to get around. As a guy, he shouldn't be asking you to move around. Thank you very much. That's all I'm saying, And Davino has said, okay, you already read that. Melanie said, I feel you, Jay. Davino, you saying you won't make it in an Uber, but you make it in this car, huh? You trying to kill us? LOL, can't be driving and making out. Now, again, I'm not saying nothing about no driving and making out because, again, I already got issues, so we not going to be making out as we driving.
You'll make it up on this lap. Come on, sit up on this lap. Yeah.
Get some of this good Humpty Dumpty.
What about a bicycle?
Who?
A bicycle.
Wait, you see how that lands?
You can ride on the handlebars. He got his own set of wheels. It's transportation. Saves on gas.
No, he needs to take that to somebody that's in the 20 plus age range. We not doing all that because I'm not gonna get steel marks all up on my booty and all that. I'm not doing. I'm not doing all that.
What if he got a bike? Motorcycle.
No, I talked to a guy that
she smiled a little bit. Look at
he wanted me to get on his bike. I never would get on his bike. I just huh?
Be a biker
no,
chick.
because I'm like, I don't want. No, because I'm like he, especially after he had told me that he had fell off his bike before, he had an accident. I'm precious cargo, so you cannot be telling me all this bull junk and then think I'm gonna get on it. I'm like, okay, so you got a helmet, so what mine at? Oh, so screw me, right? So you don't mind if they picking me up off of the side of, Cicero and Harrison. You don't care.
You be cute.
Yeah, I fall off cute. What they scrape up,
fall down.
Right, and what they scrape up is whatever's left is whatever's left. But no. So I'm not doing the bikes either. All those days, guys, I just want to walk slow and sip on my coffee. That's all I want to do. I just want to live. That's, to me, is good living. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we're getting into tonight's topic. Signs of a control freak. Oh, my God. They just want to run everything. Ooh, I see somebody pointing to me. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. You're listening to the J Spot. Ooh.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you were down, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every damn your body got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? I can look into your not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Hair done, nails done. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting them wrong, wanna know why you gotta look so good. Put your hair down, your nails down. When you put the clothes on, why you gotta
Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Yes.
On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply author, actress, businesswoman, playwright. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I know.
I didn't make it to the choir
Hey,
today,
guys,
but just,
yeah, you know
tell
what?
her to come to choir practice and she don't listen.
You know what? But you know, I am accepting donations for those lessons. So you know, I'm not ashamed. You know, get it right up in here. You know, I'm gonna get it together right on up in here. You know,
give you something in your throat.
You know what? See, this one right here, I don't want that in my throat. I just want a nice little lesson so I can just get my octaves right. You know,
get
so
your
I can
octaves
go
right.
get to the 12 range octave and things of that nature. Got it. See, got it. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. We got Manson. He's saying he's responding to our question that our topic we were talking about prior to going to the break, and that was if a man, you are vibing a man, you guys are feeling each other, y'all ready to go out on a date. He was like, man, I'm down for it. I just need you to pick me up. Manson is saying if that stuff is good, we picking up, paying for a ride share, a taxi, a plane, or a ticket. LOE and men don't care. He said if that thing, listen, he said that thing is good, but you know what? She didn't put that thing on him yet, so he don't know how it is.
You can look at it, tell you that, yeah.
Melanie, she's saying, I needed a laugh. I'm glad I tuned in. Well, thank you so much, Melanie. We appreciate you tuning in. So, guys, listen, we're going to get right into our topic. Signs of a control freak. Now, what, in your opinion, what is a control freak? What is a control freaking? And me? Am I controlling? Am I a control freak? I gotta see as we go through the show. I'll assess myself, you know, because when I write these shows, you know, if the shoe fit, I don't mind putting them on. You know, I speak about myself. I don't really put it on. Okay, well, let's go. In your opinion, what is the control freak?
They have to have everything their way, you know, at all times. It doesn't matter what it is. They have to, you know, and certain people may possess it like completely, like every little particular thing, or they may have it in certain subjects, whatever. I'm a control freak when it comes to my kitchen. Like it done a certain way. If I'm cooking or whatever, and you decided you want to help me cook, listen, we are not the friend routine left before you enter my kitchen. Now you work for me, and I need you to cut it like this. I need you to do it like that. I need to taste it like this. I need it done like this.
Yes, you are.
And it is that way. I don't care if you're a little child. I don't care if you're a grown person. I don't care about your feelings because those got left at the door too. Because I'm gonna hurt your feelings. So I don't really care. So in those aspects, yeah. So it can't. It's not always a bad thing to be a control freak. Some things are good things, you know, because you know that control freak is going to have stuff organized. It's going to be done to detail. It may be to their standards, but it's going to be correct. They're going to double check it. They're going to check over your crap or whatever. They're going to make sure that everything is supposed to be how it is.
So now, according to an online source, a control freak is a person who feels an obsessive need to exercise control over themselves and others and to take command of any situation. Control freaks are often very critical and judgmental. So I'm not a control freak. So I like things done a certain way, but I don't have to just, you know, I don't know. Right now, according to this obsessive need, I haven't picked it up yet, but let me see. So what are some signs that he or she is controlling? So according to our online source, these signs are, and some of these things you mentioned, they're a perfectionist. They can be moody. Control freaks tend to be on edge because they're constantly stressed by their own frustrations. They micromanage. Lord have mercy. They micromanage. I'm not a micromanager. Just do it right. And then I ain't got it. Look, they need to know what everyone is doing all the time, constantly looking over others' shoulders. They judge others' behavior.
I will.
Judging others is a form of a controlling behavior. Unfortunately, in the long term, the person who judges suffers greatly because they lack quality relationship in their life. Oh, that is so true. Being in a relationship with a control freak. You had one. They control their significant other financial situation. So, like, they want to have them on a strict budget, strict allowance. You know, they want to watch where every little dime goes. And if their significant other is trying to spend their money on something that they don't approve of, then they won't give them the money. That's why you got to work and have your own job and just, you know, because you ain't got, woo. They constantly criticize people. It's like these control freaks, everything, it's like nothing positive comes out of their mouth in regards to other people. It's like they just get a kick out of tearing folks down. It's just
I don't get a kick out of it. I am that way when it comes to food. If I walk into your house, like I'll go to people's parties or whatever, and they be like, "Oh, had you tried this?" I'm like, "I don't care. You got the cleanest house in the world. I just can look at it and I can pull it apart and see whether it's gonna taste good or not. And if I look at it and I'm like, no, thank you so much. I'm good. Thank you so much. I will not eat your food.
But so do you think that makes you a control freak?
Because if I'm in the kitchen with you, and I can't allow you to run the kitchen. Only if this is my job and you are over me, do I have to let you run it. But if we're in a freestanding kitchen, even if this is your kitchen, no, because I know that's not gonna taste right. No, it's got to be done like this. No, and you can, have your be a great chef and all the other crap and stuff, and I just be like.
I've worked in the kitchen with people like that, like I like things done a certain way. I'm like, okay, okay. What do you want me to do? I'll fix it how you want to do. Like, I'm like, if I can care. I clean it this way. Now, if you get to getting on my nerves, too bad. I'm like, listen here, let me tell you something, real quick secret. You can clean this and this however you want to, because now I'm not helping no more. So
I'm one that's like, okay, bye.
Right. So now, because people will lose out on help, but I don't really think that that's necessarily controlling. It's just like you like the way you have your kitchen and your food prepared a certain way, especially when your name is on it. So it's just like, you know what? I don't want, my name is attached to this. So I don't, want anything, you doing anything any old kind of way. So, I get it. It's just like you like what you're doing. This, I don't, obsessive. You may be a little crazy over there. They've been severely hurt in the past. Control issues are definitely a present manifestation of past pain. Oh, they have been hurt so bad. Sometimes childhood trauma, huh? Man, childhood trauma. And then the thing is, the worst thing about it is, and the hardest thing sometimes is when a person does not recognize or won't even acknowledge the fact that they've been hurt. Either in their childhood or in past relationships. And it's like, if you don't acknowledge that hurt and that pain, then you push that stuff off on other people. And it's like, now you become so guarded because you're trying to prevent from being hurt in those ways that you were hurt in the past, but they don't see it. Mm-hmm. It's like, and that's why you have to control everything, because you want to control you want to control the outcome. So it's like, I really think that, this definitely is a mental issue. It definitely deals with, because you got to tackle all of the other things. Like, you got to start unfolding and unpeeling what is causing them to need to have control over this, to need to have control of what is causing you, because there's a root. And sometimes you got to get to the root in order to help a person. But you can't help people that don't even acknowledge their own ish. Like, you can't, like, you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But
military said I am, so I just have to accept it.
You won't acknowledge that. I'll
acknowledge my craziness. I know that. But I'm, my friends would be like, okay, we throwing this. I'm like, certain friends, I'd be like, okay, bet I can eat. I know that you cook. I bet. Certain friends, I'd be like, we already know, Edgar, you're not gonna eat nobody's food. So what are you gonna bring, or do you want to just cook it? I just rather just cook every little thing. Y'all can just either put some money in on it or whatever. But I don't. They be like when they want to do potlucks and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like potlucks because everybody can't cook.
And everybody don't wash their hands, and they have they nasty. They have their dogs and stuff up there, they cats up there. Just because you love Fifi, don't mean I want to taste Fifi fur in the tacos. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I can't do. I'd be like.
Okay. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Come, baby. No, let me give baby a flu shot. Get this dog out this kitchen. Get this cat up off the counter. So that's why I've definitely I fell back a lot from, from the potlucks and all that. And now with COVID, we at home. So I'm like, I'm good.
That's perfect.
I wasn't gonna be, definitely doing any potlucks from here on out. Melanie, she's saying I'm a control freak, but I'm learning to loosen up a bit. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes you gotta let somebody help you, get to the root of those things, because they can be some rough people to deal with. Davino is saying, Ezra, that look though. Mansa is saying everything their way, no compromise. No compromise whatsoever. They never wrong. Everything is their way or the highway. Now, have you ever been in a relationship with someone that's controlling?
Hell yeah.
Did you?
I got a divorce, didn't I? Wow. Hell yeah. Short men are controlling. Y'all watch out for them little short ass men. I'm just saying, because short ass men, they got a lot of anger because they're mad because they can't control their height, So then they get all mad and stuff, and they loud too. So those little short, little loud ass men, watch out for them, because times out of 10, them little things are controlling. They really are. They really are.
So now, are you controlling in a relationship aspect? So like when you're outside of your kitchen, are you controlling in a relationship? Mm-hmm. Let the church say yay.
If I see that this is something that you are slacking on, then clearly you're help me. So I'm going to help you meet your damn goal. So you ain't picking up the reins, dude. You need to come on. And then after a while, if I have to keep on telling you that you need to be doing this, that, and the other, you need to be doing this, and you're not doing it, not a problem. Don't even worry about it. We're going to call this a day. I wish you well in all your endeavors in life.
See, yeah, some of these controlling guys, I know this guy. And it was so difficult because it was like, not only was he controlling, but he was very competitive. And so controlling and competitive, for this particular guy, it was just not a good fit, because he wanted to control everything. Like, I had my own daycare and things of that nature. I had my own house, all this other stuff. And so meanwhile, he was just moving out on his own. And, he was working a job. He had a decent job and everything. But it's like, at the time, I was like a little bit more established, whereas he was starting to, pull his weight or whatever. But he wanted me to stop everything that I was doing. Like, he wanted us to start at the same level. Like, okay, oh, well, you got to give your home up. You got to close your business, and I want you to go back to work, and then we can build something together. I'm like, wait, what? Why do I have to take 12 steps back
for you to
you need to catch up? But I'm just like, if we're talking about something long term, then eventually, we'll be able to integrate things and put things together, and we'll be together to be able to do this. But that's not how he saw it. And the competitive part came in as, he was going telling his friends all of this stuff. And I guess they're like, okay, well, I mean, you sure you're gonna be comfortable, being with somebody that make more money than you, and she doing. I'm like,
here we go.
I say, look, let me tell you what you do. You go on back over there. You go on back over there with these folks, because I'm not gonna be able to deal with you. So that controlling, it's suffocating.
It is. I mean, I remember one guy I dated, and it was really a short date that we did. Rather, I can't even say relationship, because it literally was like, I think, 2 weeks. A beautiful home. Oh my God, 5-bedroom home, 3 baths. he had was it 7 acres of land because his backyard looked like a big football field. And he was like, when you're here, you're home. He had an in-ground pool, he had a back porch, he had a workout room. I was just like, wow. And I was like, okay, I done hit the jackpot, right? And I was like, okay. And he was like, so yeah, he called me up one day. You're gonna have to stop your catering and stuff. I was like,
see, yeah.
He was like, because my ex, she didn't, cater and this and that. She didn't do all that. When I needed her, she was right here, and she moved in and woo woo woo. And I was like, wait a minute. So have you lived by yourself before? He was like, well, when I left my mom's house, I moved in. Me and his ex-wife, they had moved in together. Then they got divorced, and then he moved in his ex-girlfriend, like literally right after that. And she got tired of it. She was with him for like 9 years, and she got tired of the madness, and she left. And I was like, all this, I can't. I said, I can't do this. I can't allow you to control me like that. I can't do it because I'll lose myself. And when you're in those relationships and situations, the person that's being controlled, you lose yourself into this person. You don't even know who you are anymore. You can't think. I love being in school. I switch my majors up every 5 seconds. It don't matter. I love to learn. I'm in school, and I'm not taking financial aid, all the other crap. Why people like, you got student loans? No, I don't. But I love doing different things and stuff. I have different personalities. I love catering to all 25,000 of my personalities. And I'll be damned if I allow you to put out the light on this thing that I like to do, on that thing, because you want all my attention focused on you. The only thing or human that should have all their attention focused on them is a baby. If I didn't push you up out of my womb and you are not between the ages of 4 and below, you do not require all my damn attention.
So now listen, do controlling people know that they are controlling?
Yes, they know. They know. They know.
Sometimes I think that they just feel like their way is, and again, I think that there's a difference between a know-it-all and then a control freak. Some people just think they know everything.
Know-it-alls are different. Know-it-alls know it all. They gotta know it all.
Everything.
Exactly. Control freaks are like, they are not know-it-alls. They just, you got to do blue, 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 and you got to do it this year. They got to control the situation.
They got to control everything. So now here are a few types of controlling people that you may encounter in your life. So here are some signs of a control freak. First, you have the isolator. Now, this is the person, they need to be your entire world. Yeah. So they'll work on alienating you from other people in your social circles in order to get what they want. They don't want you to hang out with your family, your friends. They don't want you on social media talking to anybody. They want to be your primary attention. Like, babe, I mean, what do you need to go out for? I mean, like, you did all that stuff when you were single. I mean, don't you want to just, be with me? Like, okay, well, then we done been out the last 6 months or whatever. My friends miss going out with me, but babe, I'm gonna miss you too. See that right there? You got to be mindful, because those, that can, have some abusive, those isolators, they tend to have some abusive tendencies too. So definitely want to be mindful of that one. Mm-hmm. The next one is the mind reading assumer. This is a person who believes that they know what you're thinking or feeling at any given time, and it's up to you to prove them otherwise. Like, they know, I know that's what you was thinking. I know you was thinking about. No,
so now you're psychic.
Oh my goodness!
So you need to be so psychic. Then, damn it, you need to add that on to the income on the tax thing, and you need to make some dollars out of that psychic ability that you got, since you psychic now.
Now, Mansa, he's saying, I think I'm a little controlling. I like things to go a certain way. As a man, I like to take charge, but I'm learning. LOL. Davino is saying, but there is a difference between controlling and compromise. And he said, I got a pool. I blow it up every weekend. I'm not with you, Davino.
That's because of the pool comment I made. I get that pool.
And Mansa, he's saying, I'm a know-it-all. Yes, you are. Your comments and stuff. Yeah, Mansa. We ain't never met, but the way you interact on this feed, you know it all. But that's all. You know what? That's okay. You one step closer to being healed, because you acknowledge your ish. So you are right. You are right, Mansa. Melanie, you saying some do and some don't. Some unconsciously don't. And that's in regards to, do they know that they're control freaks? Mm-hmm. And Mancy said those insecure controlling people. Yeah,
they are
very. Now here's the next one. The interrogator.
Oh God.
Oh Lord, have mercy. This type maintains their position of control or authority by interrogating you with countless questions anytime you try to assert yourself. Well, why did you do this? You did this, so that means you did this, this, and this. Or yeah, well, if you did this, then you must have did that. You know, it's like everything is just, you're sitting in a line of fire. It's just like, next thing you gonna be saying is, no, Your Honor, yes, Your Honor, I rest my case. I'm like, wait a minute, are we in a relationship, or am I being charged with some type of crime that I didn't even realize I committed?
See, they think that, you know, when they start to interrogate you, they think that they're your mama. Because back in the day, you know, your mama would say, yes, you did. I know you did this, that, and the other, because I did to my son. And then my son be like, okay, you're right. Whatever you say, you already said I did it, so you're right. Whatever, yeah, you're right. So, you know, you just ask them. I didn't know that you have a cycle every 28 days. And I didn't know that your titties was really, really real titties and stuff. And I didn't know that you got a long clitoris instead of a penis, because you act like a whole inch. So you just tell them all of that, you know. Now he might try to dot your eyes. You got to learn how to bob and weave, you know, because I'm just saying, I've been in abusive situations. You know, next month is abusive month. And so be careful on how you approach the situation.
Now, the next one, you have the silent guilt tripper. Oh, my Lord. They're opposite to the interrogator. This type of person will freeze you out and give you the silent treatment whenever you don't do what they want. They'll walk away from you when you try to speak to them. They won't answer your questions. If you don't live with them, they will ignore your calls, text, emails, just flat out.
That's me.
I'm like, oh my Lord, that is the worst. Like, that is mental torture. Like, oh my God, like just respond to the text. You don't want to talk, answer the phone. I don't want to talk. I'll call you back when I cool off.
No, because when I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you. You're not going to control when I should talk to you. You're not.
Oh my God.
No, I will. I can go silent. All these lips and this, I like to talk and everything else. I can go silent real quick on that ass. I will be like,
oh, please, just talk to me. Do not go silent. Listen, I'll be about to blow some stuff up. What in the world?
I could be in group chats and I will ignore your ass. And you'll know, because you know that you done pissed me off.
I'm not a candidate for that. Do not ignore. Because I guess because I come from a big family, you cannot ignore me. We need we need interaction. We need feedback. So do not ignore me. Davino, he's saying Isolated Controller. Wasn't that a Tyler Perry movie?
All of them.
Man.
Bad wigs.
Melanie is saying, oh wow. And Davino, he's saying, I must really love this show, y'all, for me answering y'all questions in the shower.
That's what I ain't taking in the shower.
You got us in the shower. We ride. He in the shower. Listen,
we feeling wet. Just don't spit on us.
We have been upgraded, you all. We have our first guest that's in the shower. Still listening. We up. We got it. But yeah, that's like, please don't silent me. Just tell me what. Just talk to me. I like to talk. You gotta talk to me, because if you don't, if you shut me out, I walk.
My fallback game is tight.
Mine is like, you shut me out. That's what that means. Like, you want me to fall back.
I will quiet a person.
I can fall back, and and that'll be it, because I'm like, first of all, I don't deserve the silent treatment. Like, if you don't want to talk to me, at least tell me.
Then don't talk to me.
Right, just tell me you don't want to talk to me.
Nope, I ain't telling you.
Right, it's
I'm gonna let you think. What did you do? Because you know you done did something to piss me off.
And but a controlling person, you ain't gotta been did nothing. But you outside of their realm of what you didn't do, what they controlling.
Therefore, you did something. You did something.
Yeah, didn't get their prescription filled, mental prescription. That's what they needed. Now, the physical aggressor. In this situation, the controlling person will use physical violence or the perceived threat thereof to get what they want from others. Listen, they threatening you and all type of stuff,
Give me that coochie.
pushing you. They just real aggressive with it. The way that they talk to you, cussing and all. Woo! Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. Who you? Whoa! Wait a minute now.
Let me lick your stomach.
Give me back my money.
Yeah.
Right. It's like that aggressive. You guys got to be mindful of that physical aggressor, because that again, that can lead to some domestic violence bull junk, and it's too much.
They gonna be in the bedroom and he gonna throw up against the wall, or she might pick him up and throw him against the wall. He be like, ooh, turn me on. And then next thing you know, y'all gonna experiment with stuff. She gonna have a knife, like, ooh, yeah, cut me a little bit. See, now you done went too far at everything. I threw you. Now I got a knife. If you let me cut you,
See now,
I may cut you a little too deep. So
right, see, when we get to the listen, if we ain't already in a situation, but it's like if you up and try to throw me, and I'm like, I don't know, I may not be coming back, so I don't know. So let's just talk about these things. Certain acts you got to talk about before you get into the like. Don't get to trying to choke me or put your hand over my. No, wait a minute, wait a minute. I
tried that.
We got to talk about this beforehand. Like, you can't just in certain things. You can't just ease into in the moment. So
Black people don't try white people stuff. Don't do that. It don't feel right. Because I was like, oh, let me try something. Oh, slap me. Let me see how that feels.
I cannot.
Oh, that hurt.
I can't see how being slapped is a turn on. I'm like,
had headache for like a week. I was like, ah! I think that must something took his whole life and just said. I was like, oh, I'm doing it right. So I was like,
that'll slap me right up. That'll shake me right up out the mood. I'm like, I don't even want to do it no more.
My face is swollen. That's frustration.
Would you do that again?
Hell no. It's not fun. Shoot. You pull my hair, it's just gonna come off anyway because it's a weave. So you pull that, I'm gonna run. Yeah, slapping me. No, you slap my ass. I do like it. But then, my little sugar daddy, God rest his soul, when he did it the first time, he did it too hard. And then my booty was hurting for like a whole 2 weeks. And it was hard for me to sit down because he slapped it too hard and shrank again. So, you gotta, yeah.
Listen, so guys, if you are in a relationship or even a marriage with someone that is a control freak, definitely talk to somebody, because again, a control freak and having controlling tendencies, it's a mental illness. It's definitely some underlying issues, and you cannot take that as it's you. It's some issues that was there way before you, and maybe some things that you're doing are triggering is a trigger for for that controlling nature in them. But they have to go and talk to somebody that is in position to help them sort out some things, because again, being controlling, it is just not normal, and it's not natural, and it's not attractive. Like, nobody wants to be around somebody that's always belittling them or trying to control everything that they're doing. They're not talking about, talking about everybody just being so negative, being just a joy kill. Nobody wants to be around that. So if you are in that type of situation, then definitely try talking to them, because sometimes they don't realize that they're like that. They just go under the I've always been like this. But why, crazy? Hey, why? It's just because you always been like this don't make it right. So don't get comfortable with using that I've always been like that. Just listen, relax and talk to somebody. So you got to put your physical, mental, emotional well-being before anybody else, and never give people that type of control over you. Once you recognize or you feel that their behavior is just too much and you can't be happy in the relationship, you're no longer happy because of what they're putting off on you. It's time to reevaluate some relationships. It's time to reevaluate some things, because you can't be miserable because they're miserable, because they don't have a grip on things that have happened to them, so they're putting it off on you. You guys got to find a way to get that under control. So guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Good night.
Thank you for hitting the J spot on intellectualradio.com.